Hello, welcome to another Cook with Me gluten-free. I'm Robin. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if this is your first time, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today is actually Christmas Eve, and I am preparing for a tradition. We get up in the morning, we do gift exchange, and then we have a brunch. And every year, I typically make some of the same dishes. I'll switch it up, but we have some staples. And this year, I am going to share two of my staples. The first being hash brown casserole. Who doesn't love hash brown casserole? And the second is sausage balls. Yes, sausage balls, sausage breakfast balls, whatever you want to call them. To me, they're good for any occasion or appetizer, but it pairs really well with some of the other dishes that I typically make on Christmas Day. But I'm getting a head start on Christmas Eve, so I don't have so many things to do. I'm going to jump over, show you my ingredients. This is a super fast, easy, and delicious recipe. So if you try it, you got to let me know down in the comments. Now, the one thing I shared is that it is super easy. So you just need one bag of frozen hash browns, the Ore-Ida brand, whatever brand you want. I will say that I have tried to shred my own potatoes, and that does not work well. And I've also tried the simply shredded hash brown potatoes that are in the refrigerated section. That also does not work well. So do not recommend. I do thaw these out before I start mixing. So I took these out earlier this morning, let them sit out and thaw room temperature. So they are still somewhat cool to the touch, but they are not frozen anymore. And after your bag of frozen potatoes, I believe they're roughly 30-ish ounce bags. They may differ slightly. I've used different brands and not had any issues. Then a can of cream of chicken soup. I am using the Great Value brand from Walmart. They have the best cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup. 1 cup of a half cup of melted butter. Half cup, not a whole cup, half cup. Recipe will be in the comments. I am cheating. I should have a cup of chopped onions, but I have too many things to do and I am not chopping an onion, so I am using 2 tablespoons of minced onions. And these dehydrated onions will definitely be reconstituted inside the recipe. I've got half a teaspoon of black pepper and a whole teaspoon of salt. That's all we need. And of course, a spoon to mix everything up. It's that easy. The one thing that I don't have out right now is 8 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to grab that from the refrigerator. And when we mix everything together, it will be right here. I have 2 pans. This is my big pan for serving tomorrow. Both of them have been sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. And of course, I have a little one so that we can taste it today. And we are preheating the oven to 350 degrees. So let's get to mixing this together. I've got our bag of cheese. This is 8 ounces in the bag. I actually mix the cheese in first. Sprinkle a little bit, then I'll give it a stir, and then I'll sprinkle the rest of it in. This is so incredibly easy to make. So incredibly easy. All right, the rest of that cheese, I mean, it's really a dump and go. You know what? I made a mistake. There is one more ingredient that I have left out, and that is 1 cup of sour cream. 1 cup of sour cream. I'm going to grab that too. So let's get this all mixed in together. And then we're going to add in our can of cream of cream of chicken soup. I mean, I'm saying all the wrong things today, aren't I? Cream of chicken soup. We're mixing that all in. I don't like to add my seasonings in until I've added in my wet ingredients. So these dry seasonings, the minced onion, salt, pepper, I save those until I have at very least added the cream of chicken soup. Okay, that's mixing in very nicely. Now, I am going to grab the 1 cup of sour cream, and I will be right back. This is an 8-ounce container, 1 cup of sour cream. I am using the Great Value brand today. I had the Walmart order in for the cream of chicken soup, so why not grab the Great Value sour cream. Now, my preferred sour cream is Daisy, and I have another 8-ounce container of Daisy, but that is being saved for another pound cake. So I'm mixing all this together. We've got the sour cream, the cheese, and the cream of chicken all in. This is how it's looking so far. Now I'm going to add in my 1 teaspoon of salt and my ½ teaspoon of black pepper. I'll mix this in, and then I will add in the minced onions. All right. I'm using a metal spoon because I want to make sure I get a really good mix on this, so I know that that sound scraping the bowl might be a little bit annoying. Okay, here go the onions. We want to make sure these are mixed in really good. Now, I will not be baking this until tomorrow morning. So once this is done, I'm going to put it in my pan and I'm going to let it sit overnight. And I will take it out to try to bring it to room temperature really early in the morning and then pop it in the oven about an hour before guests arrive. And last but not least, this is our 1 cup of melted butter. Now everything is in. Do you see how easy that was? I mean, so easy and delicious. I honestly think this tastes better than Cracker Barrel. I got to be honest. Yeah, I know. That's a pretty tall order to be better than Cracker Barrel. Okay, so this is all mixed. That's what it's looking like. It looks great. And to be honest, it's hilarious, but it already smells good. I think it's just the onions and the butter coming together. You can smell that sharp cheddar. All right. Let's go ahead and grab our little baby pan. Again, we're preheated to 350. I'm going to add a scoop 2 into here. And I'm just putting a little bit in here so that we can bake this, get it in the oven so that we can have a taste, right? It's not Cook With Me gluten-free unless you have done a taste test. So this is in. There we go. That's in there. I'm going to pop that right in the oven. That shouldn't take too long. I'm going to set my timer to 30 minutes, but it shouldn't take that long for that small little batch. Now, when you're baking your big batch, the rule of thumb is 30 to 60 minutes. That's really going to depend on what size container you use. Is it thick? Is it thin? I'm guessing that with mine, it's probably going to take roughly 45 minutes to bake, but you just want to make sure that it gets nice and brown on top. You should see it bubbling. It's going to bubble nicely because it's got plenty of butter in here. So it will brown and butter very, very nicely. Okay, that's all out. And you can see this size dish is the perfect size. It gives it just enough thickness. Doesn't take too long to cook. So you just want to spread it out nice and even, just like I'm doing. And again, you are looking for, I would set your initial timer to 30 minutes and then keep checking it probably every 5 minutes, depending on how brown you see it getting on top. Okay, so that's it. This is it. It's ready to go in my refrigerator. And again, this will be baked tomorrow morning, and I will be back when that one is out of the oven and we're ready to do a taste. Take a look. It stayed in the oven 32 minutes, and that was just for this little baby one. So that's why there's that range, that 30 to 60-minute range. So definitely pay attention to your oven. I'm going to go ahead and scoop some up and taste this. I mean, it smells exactly like it's supposed to smell. Amazing. Okay. Let's take a look here. I'm going to show it to you first like I always do. I mean, honestly, it is better than Cracker Barrel. I'm just saying, it's better than Cracker Barrel. All right. I did let it cool for a few minutes, but it's still piping hot, so I'm going to blow it. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's sharp cheddar cheese for me. I just love sharp cheddar cheese. My gosh. I mean, this is, you see it? This is amazing. And you know, you can have this with any meal. You can prepare a meal during the week and make chicken. I mean, think about it. Cracker Barrel serves it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is amazing, and it's always so good. It's just the right amount of seasoning and everything. Follow that recipe to a T. You will not be disappointed. Thank you so much for joining me on another Cook With Me Gluten Free. I hope everyone has or had a wonderful holiday season, depending on when you're watching this. And I hope you have an opportunity to try this hash brown casserole. It is definitely a 10 out of 10. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.